The Delivery Man, Missing Heiress, Episode 6.
Richard didn't answer the door when the knock came an hour later. He sat in the dark, phone in hand, watching the man across the street. The man didn't move. He just stood there, newspaper forgotten, head tilted up toward Richard's window, like a bird watching a worm. The knock came again, louder. "Richard George." "Open the door. I'm not here to hurt you." A different voice, female, calm, professional, with an edge of impatience. Richard approached the door slowly, his heart hammering. He opened it 2 inches, the chain still on. A woman stood in the hallway. She was in her 40s, dressed in a simple black pantsuit, no jewelry, her dark hair pulled back in a tight bun. She held up a badge. "Detective Mara Collins, Missing Persons Unit. I need to ask you some questions about Eleanor Vance." Richard opened the door fully. The detective stepped inside, her eyes doing the same sweep Prescott's had done, assessing, cataloging, judging. She sat on the edge of his mattress without being invited and folded her hands. "I've read the reports," she said. "The family is calling it a rescue. But I've been doing this job for 18 years and I've learned that family is often the last word you should trust." Richard said nothing. "Prescott filed a complaint against you. Potential kidnapping, coercion, unlawful imprisonment. It won't stick. You have no criminal record, and Miss Vance is an adult who left of her own free will. But it will make your life very difficult for a while. Why are you telling me this?" Detective Collins leaned forward. "Because I think Eleanor Vance is in danger. And I think you're the only person she's trusted in a long time." She pulled out her phone and showed him a document. It was a medical report. Eleanor Vance, dated 3 months ago. Diagnosis: acute anxiety disorder with episodes of paranoia. Prescribed medication: a strong sedative Richard had never heard of. "Her brother submitted this to our department this morning," Collins said. "He's using it to argue that she's not mentally competent to make her own decisions. If a judge agrees, he can have her committed to a private facility indefinitely." Richard felt his stomach turn. "You don't believe it's real?" Collins met his eyes. "I believe the medication she was prescribed is used to treat schizophrenia. I also believe that the doctor who prescribed it is on the Vance payroll and has a history of falsifying records for wealthy clients. But proving that will take time Eleanor doesn't have." She stood up. "I'm going to give you my personal number. If Eleanor contacts you again, you call me, not the precinct, not the family. Me." She wrote a number on a scrap of paper and handed it to him. "One more thing," she said at the door. "The man across the street? He's not mine. He's not Prescott's either. Prescott's men wear suits. That man is something else." After Detective Collins left, Richard looked out the window again. The man with the newspaper was gone. In his place was a black car with tinted windows. The engine was running. And as Richard watched, the rear window rolled down just enough to reveal a face he recognized from the news articles. Charles Vance, Eleanor's brother. He smiled up at Richard and gave a small, deliberate wave. The search for Eleanor wasn't about bringing her home. It was about making sure she never spoke. Then came an offer worth $10 million.
To be continued in the next episode.